Well, I refer to the magic button as the true and real power we all have within. And I so believe, we're all born with it. Nevertheless, I also believe that most of us were not trained how to use it, meaning that there is a body-mind connection, and our body always follows the mind. In order to have our body respond differently, we must cautiously, carefully, consistently add different things as input to our mind. Because 95% of our life, we operate on autopilot. It's not that we are making a decision. It's already made by our subconscious mind, by all the programs that are actually running the show.
Now, this is where it gets super interesting, right? Because I'm pretty sure nobody has any idea this is really going on. When I say nobody, I'm sweepingly generalizing because I'm sure that there's a lot of you out there that have heard of this. However, 95% on autopilot is humongous, right? If I think about the things I do every day, especially things that I repeat a lot, and I look at myself doing them, and I am doing them on autopilot, like cleaning your teeth. You've cleaned your teeth so many times by the time you get to my age that you don't even think about how to do it. You just do it the same way every time.
I agree with you. That's a very good example. As another example, I can also share with you when you drive from A to B. Let's say you're driving the same route and you already know when to really push that indication to the right or to the left, when to push the brakes, when to push the gas, when to put your car into parking, when to pull up the handbrakes. And we don't even think of it. So we say, for example, hey, honey, I'm just leaving the house. I'll be right back. I'm going to the grocery store. And then you go to the grocery store on autopilot, have no idea what music the radio plays. You have no idea how many cars you passed or how many cars passed you, how many red lights there were, how often you push the brake and how often you use the indication, how often you may have turned the radio volume higher or lower, or maybe the AC or the heater. So it's very interesting. We do that all automatically. Now, that is really great because our brain uses so much energy learning something new. That's why it's very helpful that it actually has all these autopilots on. Now, that is very helpful. Nevertheless, it also can backfire when we have habits and we do it automatically without ever thinking what we're doing. So while you go to the grocery store and you come back with your groceries, how aware were you what you were really doing while you were doing what you were doing? And most of us are not. By the way, the 95%, I didn't dream that number. That's what currently circulates in circles of neuroscientists and neurobiologists.
Yeah, this is fascinating because driving was the other example I was going to bring up too, because I certainly know myself, especially when I'm going 1 kilometre down the road to the local supermarket to grab something for dinner, that I get in the car and drive there and back without really thinking about it that much because it's basically a straight line for a start and it is all of 1 or 2 Ks. It is super, super close. And there's almost no traffic as well, which there is one set of lights. But yeah, I certainly can see how we use a lot of that remote control. And I think that you're right. This is a good part of how we're made up because those programs or the ability to do things without having to stop and think at every single step is what makes us quite advanced at the end of the day.